G'day guys, welcome back. Early Crow, Paps and I. It's Brownlow Medal Night. We just found out. It's all happening down here in Melbourne. Paps live from Sin City. What's the weather like? Has it come good yet? It's been very
Oh
wet
yeah,
for a long time for you.
yeah, it's been. But the weather's turned. I reckon this is the biggest difference from Melbourne to Sydney. This sort of area now, where
Mm.
you still get your 15 degrees down Melbourne, but we're getting the 22s, 23s. Sun's out each day. Sort of can get in the water and sit on the North Bondi Hill and have a look around.
The big Papa's still in a hoodie though.
Yeah, it's all right. It's inside. It's looking at a few races. It's comfy.
Obviously, it's been a while since we've done one. You've been away, you're back. Found it fascinating that you're already back into your work. You're doing some, what I'd say to me looks quite rare, sort of work in the rehab zone to get yourself right. What are you up to? What's it all about? Who's involved?
Yeah, I've obviously had a bit of probably about 3 or 4 weeks off, doing holidays and having a good time and all the rest. But sort of got back from Queenstown a couple of weeks or last week. Yeah, and started with Bill Knowles. He's a sort of rehab physio, sort of biomechanics, sort of set up, does a lot of movement stuff. And I think if you Google him, he'll come up. He's worked with Tiger Woods. He's worked with Andy Murray and worked with some fairly big names, NBA, NHL, tennis, sort of a lot of NFL running backs, EPL players. So he's done the works and done some NRL players that probably haven't worked, the likes of Turbo, but not many. I don't think many people could fix him.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Let's dig in that one.
Latrell Mitt, a little bit similar, but he's more probably more focused on knees and things like that. But yeah, he's been really good. First week sort of just breaks down sort of running techniques and gets your body and your knees and your core and your glutes all firing to so the rest of your body can sort of move rather than you're not focusing on just using your hammies as such or you're getting your legs quads strong enough so you're not using your whole knee and the work. So now it's pretty fancy sort of stuff, very unique and specific to like every little detail he does. But this second week started pretty well and sort of getting into the running now, which is good.
Is this just you, or is there a group of you guys doing this?
Yeah, so me, Joel Amati, Logan McDonald, and Will Edwards, who hasn't played a game yet, but big fella who's had a few injuries over the last couple of years and has some talent. So yeah, he's a big boy, big centre half back, and very athletic, and sort of had a lot of bone injuries and sort of stress fractures and stuff. So sort of getting and sort of it's very scopy, if you want to use a horse term,
Yeah.
very very scopy, but has some talent for sure.
The Coxman would probably want to geld him if you could, just to straighten him right out.
Yeah,
But we
yeah,
can't do that. Now, have you got any good stories from him? Is he sort of have you got to that bonding point where he said, well, this one time with Tiger? Anything like that yet?
yeah. Well, he actually worked with Tiger before. We were talking to him, so he worked with Tiger when he stuffed up physically or sort
He's had a
of with the
few
women.
hiccups.
Yeah,
A
he's had a
couple of
few hiccups and
hiccups.
sort of what sort of, but he said he did it in 2007 or eight. He won everything, but he didn't win one of the majors. But he won sort of a lot of the little tournaments here or there. But he got him back, so he was pretty proud of that. He had a bad ACL, Tiger, but
Really?
yeah, there's a few stories like Andy Murray. Obviously, a lot of hip work. He had surgery, Murray, and he sort of got him back. There's a lot of like running backs and NHL players because of obviously their knees and their hips and stuff. But yeah, he's worked with some fairly big sports people.
I wonder if you'd ask him how likely he reckons Trell Mitt would be to make it in the NFL. I'd be
Yeah, that's a good
fascinated to know
question.
from like a power balance, like he's seen both up close. I reckon he's immoral, but it'd be interesting what he said.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. He'd be interested to see what he thinks about Joel Amati because obviously Joel Amati's very
Mm.
um, explosive. He's got those fast twitch fibers and like Joel's sort of like a NFL player in a way. He's massive, like he's over 195 centimeters, lightning quick, big powerful boy, big ass, and he sort of says that he's got the sort of skinny calves, so he knows he's fast. He legit can pick like without seeing any vision, what sort of players we are. He said you're like a little meatball sort of rounded sort of player that keeps low to the ground and sprints, and Amart's is fast and powerful
Hang
and
on.
things like that. So it's
So
good.
a thin calf equals fast.
Yeah, and like jumping and yeah, all the NBA players like
Ah.
thin, so long, thin from the Achilles to the calf. You want to be skinny because um, like yeah, if you look at like Usain Bolt, skinny, tiny calves.
Mm.
Calf to the top of the is tiny, like skinny there. All the sprinters, you look at them all, they've all got like Joel's obviously legs are above the knee, massive, but he's got very small calves.
Um, would other AFL clubs be doing the same sort of stuff right now?
He's worked with a fair few AFL players. He got Doherty back from all those ACLs. Fair few AFL players have used him, but you sort of it's more known to go over to Philadelphia and do it. But because we had four players that were pretty keen on doing it, and the club sort of got him out, and I think it's pretty good. Like obviously the club's going to use a lot of his programming and calls it the menus and things like that that he gives to us that they'll implement in our training and things like that. So it's pretty good. It's like you go in the pools and do heaps of stuff. It's great.
What sort of what's the yap about? What are you riffing about? Why getting these sessions done with the boys? Is it like is Big Logan starting to talk about a lot of NFL, or is it all about like everything else in the NFL, just trades and trades and trades? What's going on with the boys?
Well, he's got a bit of footy chat, obviously over the weekend, footy chat, races chat. Then towards the end of the week, I reckon we'll start talking about the AFL Grand Final. A lot of trade chat, obviously. A lot of bit of, what was lunch chat today? A bit of Brisbane stuff, saying how good they are and three grannies in a row, and then lost a granny by a point, which
Mm.
is, and then they still seem to be getting better. They've got some players coming next year that they're like,
Well, they got
he's one
like
of these
a
blokes.
West Coast captain full forward coming. They got Essendon's
Draper.
ruckman. If it was the Swans with Buddy and then or tip it then Buddy, like we'll ban you from training for 2 years. So if they pump them on Saturday to get the job done after a famous win Saturday night against the Pies, and then they bring in those big thickies, and you hear they're getting more. There's
Yeah,
going to be some Victorians in the media starting to just launch a little bit like what T Paps has done in the NFL tipping comp. Just really throw the toys out of the cot, and they're powerful toys down here, and I don't know what will happen, but it can't be good.
I still
Is
can't
there
believe that's
anything
actually
in
got an image on the early crow page, that shocking tipping comp we've got going. I thought it was lucky to get a spot on the Instagram spot feed.
Well, this is the bike that we
Taking up
started
space.
it, but he tapped out after a really horrific start.
I didn't
But
even
his
tip in the
dad's
first week.
yeah. So you got gifted tips, which were like the fades of others. Unfortunately, I think a lot of them were mine, and I went 4-0. The sad thing about the NFL tipping, to be honest, is the like obsession and love that the Cross, Justin McInerney and Matty Punts have for the sport, the hours and time that they'd put in to their selections, and how poorly they've started. It's horrific. There's nothing better than waking up at the moment on a Monday morning, rolling over. I check the progressive acceptors if I've got a runner in, like for the Wednesday, say at Sandown. And then I go and check the NFL results like whilst I'm in bed and just pray to God. I know what team I need to get and beat. I can't remember like what I've tipped, but I know like punts is double.
That's great.
What in the trade world that you're hearing interests you? That you think there is juice there, or is there something that no one's talking about that you think there might be something in it from the stuff you hear you talk about with the boys?
It's obviously quieten down a bit this week because it's the grand final week, but it'll heat up post grand final probably tenfold. Um, I think like obviously the three captains. I think what media says and what's actually the truth is interesting. Um,
Would you say though it's like got more energy than ever this season? Like
yeah,
this end of
definitely.
season seems to just be like everyone might be moving.
Yeah, it definitely has. It's definitely like getting a lot more realistic to be able to just leave off your contract. But I think with the obviously Simpkin and Merritt situation was like they obviously haven't asked for a trade, but they've obviously well apparently they've sourced out and see what's available. So they haven't officially asked for a trade, but it is sort of a bit of a different one when your captain sort of seeks to leave. But yeah, like it's definitely going to fire up, and yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen. There's going to be a fair few shots fired, I assume, left to go. So I look forward to it. Hopefully, I'm not involved.
Yeah, it was. You were all over it early in the news, and then they've moved past that, and they just go to the next one. Merritt's the big one at the moment, but it just doesn't stop. What about moving past that? Lachie Neale,
Mm.
very slow now. I've just realised because he has got some of the chunkiest calves of all time, the
Yeah.
proper calves, and his calves are all anyone's talking about. There's almost a bit of like narrative post game that he's almost pressuring Fags and the Lions to pick him. Would that be the case, or internally they'd be thick as thieves?
I know it's a hard one. It's he's obviously won two Brownlows. Um,
Probably could have won Norm Smith last year.
I,
Like I think he can sort of do whatever he wants.
yeah,
I would have thought.
yeah. I think I reckon that obviously Fags and Lockie would have been talking over the last whatever. They've probably got a program he's got to tick off, and if he doesn't meet any of those requirements that to be able to play, he doesn't play. But if he ticks every single box, puts his hand up for selection and plays. But it's interesting because he come off a hammy for that first final, and then he's done a calf and um, first game back, and then he has a 3 weeks off and goes to plays in a grand final when he was never a chance. So it's interesting. He's obviously the captain. He's won two Brownlows. Does he go hard for 2 quarters and sub him out, or because you just don't know? Like, geez, he could start, and someone else goes injured, and then he gets injured. So it's a very
Yeah,
risky sort of thing to do. But I don't know.
it's fascinating
Uh,
the sub thing, Paps. So this year, if he plays for a quarter and a half and then does his calf, I sub him out.
yeah, yeah,
I've got the same amount of rotational options.
yeah.
Next year, with a 5-man bench, no sub, I go down a rotation. So the
Mm.
consequences for playing an injured player and it going south are more severe next year than this year.
Yeah, but if Lachie Neale plays and someone gets concussed or um, does their shoulder or calf in the first 5 minutes, and then Lachie Neale does his calf in the 20 minutes, you got three players on the bench and you're still one man down. So it's
Yeah.
sort of it's still a risk which way you look at it. Um,
Are you
I
playing him?
think that uh, oh, I don't know. I don't know. I actually don't know. If he got through, if he did everything he had to do, I'd probably probably play him. Um, I actually wouldn't know. It's a tough call.
The
It's
soft
going to be
tissue thing
fascinating.
makes it hard, hey?
And coming off, actually, no, I don't know. I would actually don't know. I'd hate to be making the call because he's come off that hammy as well. It's even worse. And they've got the job done without him in the prelim final when the odds were against him. So
And
it's a very
and sort
interesting
of probably
call.
won the game in the clearance, which is what he
Yeah,
does.
I think the worst part is Tom Stewart. It's not allowed to play.
That's where I was going to roll to.
Um,
What's your take on this? So he's been concussed. I don't know how severely, but he's been concussed in a tackle. We got 3 weeks for tackling him, which I find confusing. Um, he misses a grand final. I find it brutal. What's your take on it as a player? And then from the point of view of being that player, what do you
yeah,
think should happen, does happen, roll?
I think wh- you've got to respect concussion and with everything that's gone on in the past, you need to respect concussion. So I think having the 12 days is okay, but the fact that they got a finals bye before the finals is ridiculous, and that they were always. I've got I've got no doubt there'll be a bye before the grand final next year, but the fact that the AFL has to wait until something happens to then change it is ridiculous. We said this as players and to the AFLP, we just don't understand um, why we wouldn't have a bye before the finals when this concussion rule is in. I respect the concussion rules, but like, why is the bye before the finals? And it was always going to happen. Till something major happens, they change it. So I feel sick for Tom Stewart. I just sick for even Geelong. Like, he's probably their top five player. Sets him up behind the ball. It's a sick feeling, and yeah, he's already got one, but geez, it's to be able to miss a grand final for concussion when he probably feels totally fine, um, when it could have been um, like it could have been fine if they just had a bye during the week before, and you build that game up, you build the grand final week up even more. You might even put I don't know, a rematch you could even play the VFL grand final or something that week and build that game up on the MCG, put the VFL grand final on the MCG or something like that. Or I don't know, the women's game or whatever. But yeah, it's disappointing that he's missed the grand final with concussion when it could have been um, missed.
Do you find it I find it fascinating that Tom Stewart's not allowed to make a decision about Tom Stewart. Like, it's his
Yeah,
brain, it's his body. If he wants to go and drink 20 beers after the grand final, he'll have 20 beers. If he wants to smoke darts, he'll smoke darts. If he wants to do whatever else to himself, he'll do whatever he wants. If he wants to put on black shoes, he'll wear black shoes. Like, it's his body, it's his decision. Like, I think you all should be really educated as to the consequences or the likely outcomes of doing X and Y, like you are with drugs, alcohol, anything else. But, like, it's his call. He's a grown man. What's your take on big, thick Starcevic going back with the flight, eyes solely on the ball, and competing against Elliott?
Yeah, I didn't mind the play on call, to be honest. I know it's probably a free kick in the book. I don't know. I didn't mind it because it was such a massive effort. Like, going back with it. I know I'm a forward as well, I'm telling you right
No,
now, if I was Jamie Elliott,
I'm surprised by your take here.
yeah. But if I'm on the foot, if I'm Jamie Elliott, I'm blowing up because it's a free kick. But I did, like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
I got two thoughts. It's pure football, and it was not a free
yeah,
kick. If you don't take your eyes off the ball, he didn't take his eyes off the ball, and he
no,
competed. And his action was for the ball. Like, you could argue he didn't
yeah,
know where he was. So that's pure football. Elliott should have gone forward to make the contact before the ball got there,
yeah,
and milk the free kick, or put his knee through sole, like one or the other, you know. But
yeah.
if you take your eyes off the ball, you dust. If you don't, it should be play on.
Yeah, like it's a free kick in the book, but I reckon they maybe need to change. I'd like to see that rule change. If you're running back with a flight and you've got that much courage to do that and
Mm.
be able to not take the ball off and hit the ball, yes, if you slow it down
Yeah,
in
he touched the
minuscule
ball. Yeah.
seconds, but but I don't know. I thought Membry even could just go back and kick it, like it's 30 meters out, and
Hmm.
I don't know. It's
Yeah, there's
flip
that
of the
too.
coin, but you
There's
can pick
also
the eyes.
the
But there's
obsession with the decision, perhaps, like post game, just like, oh, can
yeah,
you believe they got this one wrong? They got about like 4 to 6 key momentum free kicks that weren't there, or 50-50s in the lead up to that point of the game. Cry me a river.
yeah, and there's a lot of it's the hardest game in the world to umpire. Um,
Yeah.
and there's got to be mistakes. Players make mistakes all day, and I just think, yeah, like that didn't change. Like, they were going to win anyway, in my opinion.
So Friday night, the Cats versus Hawks. Did you get any of that into you?
Yeah, I got plenty of that into me.
You did.
That was good. I watched
Um,
that very closely.
Best game you've ever seen from a big, thick man in your life? It's got to be up there in a final. Your man, Paddy Dangerfield. Talk to me about it, and where does it rank? And if it doesn't rank at number one, which everyone's sort of saying, it's one of the best finals I've ever seen. But I think if you say that, you got to sort of say, I can't think of a better final.
Mm. It's interesting. We're talking about we're looking at the stats and things like that. We're talking about Haynes' final last year. Kicked three. I think in the third quarter he had like 12 and a goal, and we sort of got back in it, and he had 30 and three. Danger's had 30 and three, but I think visually watching, like, it's different because I was actually playing. I didn't, obviously you notice, but you don't notice as much when you're watching from the sidelines. But visually, Dangerfield's attack on the ball, he's just ferocious. He's an absolute bull. It was a pleasure to watch. They were down and out in that first quarter. Flew for a mark, got a free kick, kicked the goal. Started the second. I think he started in the centre bounce and just got him going. It was actually a pleasure to watch. And
It really was.
yeah,
Eh?
it's actually
It
amazing.
wound the clock back. It wound the clock back to like what footy was, and I don't think it's going to be like that for very long. Or like it's run. You look at the bloke that's missing a granny for concussion. Like every action he did on Friday night, like risk getting a suspension or a concussion just about. every action he did. Like he just crashed through. So if his shoulder gets your head, he's got 3 weeks now.
Yeah. It was actually amazing to watch. He got injured during the year, and I would have liked to see him get the 9th All Australian. But yeah, if he can go on premiership captain and win a Norm Smith, like his accolade would have to be very, very close to one of the best. 2-time Norm Smith, and to do what he did to get him over the line on the prelim is pretty big. So
just a big game player.
It's like in the season though, it's like he doesn't really.
It's like he's trained by Chris Waller. It's like he's trained by Chris Waller.
Yeah. He's like,
we're going to get to later on, but there's horses that just ticked over. It doesn't matter. Then come the big day, that horse will all of a sudden land a bit closer and go a little bit harder and run a little bit better. And he just stepped right on up. I thought it was. I can't think of a better performance, and I don't know what his hamstrings are made of, but like the way that he just bends over and just rolls through at that like angle, like you'd fear snap, but they just don't. I think where the game's going, those games are going to be so much rarer. That style is so much rarer. Like everyone's blowing up that a guy going backward the flight, keeping his eyes on the ball, was a free kick. The best player in a comp doesn't tackle and take contested marks. The game's changed, and I think Paddy Dangerfield's game was like a view back to what was great about footy, and hopefully always will be. But it was so big,
it was big. I think
it gets you going too. Obviously, we're not going to always give away, but I don't see Paps. Paps basically gets real excited in the WhatsApp if I tip a winner. He gets excited. If he tips a winner, he gets real excited, like more so, just because he's a competitive beast. He was as excited as if he's tipping winners just watching Paddy work. He loves it. Don't you? I don't know why. Why do you love it so much?
No, I don't know. I think prelim finals and watching big game players and like legends of the game stand up in big moments is like the best you can watch, I reckon. In footy, I don't know. He's done it a fair few times, but like I think watching big like players like Dangerfield,
Steve
Buddy
Ashes over in England,
like Buddy Franklin. This is why they're the best in the game. This is why, and they come out and do what they do. You got to just tip your hat to him. So no, he's definitely one of my favourites over the last couple of years. Big Paddy Dangerfield, that's for sure.
You probably missed this, but I don't know if you saw Charlie Cameron rolling back to the Lions game. He got a mark. The game was still stinging it, and the guy was just like, oh, "Fucking finally, I am on the stage.
Yeah.
Are you all ready and watching me? Watch this." And
what was he saying? I love this or something.
Yeah,
on the left.
Oh, fucking hell! You're all just a bit different and a little bit sick, Like,
yeah, that was good. I did like that. He would even probably admit himself he hasn't had his best year, Charlie, but he would have. It's probably one of his better moments of the year. So
yeah, but it's
full
kind
credit
of like
to Charlie. That
Paddy
was
nice. If Charlie kicks 4 on Saturday, what do you?
It doesn't matter. Yeah. No, it's good.
Let's roll now to the granny. The Cats take on the Lions. The Lions there again. The Cats there again. I reckon they're two of the most successful teams of the last sort of 30 years. They have to be. Maybe won 4 each. Maybe. Hawthorn would have won 4. Richmond might have won 3. I'd guess, without knowing, that equal the best team of the last little bit, or maybe become the best team of the last little bit by premiership.
20th century.
Game for two big clubs that keep getting it done. Who do you like and why?
The Cats, I would. If I had to choose one, I'd have to pick the Cats, I reckon. Just Brisbane's obviously a good chance, but if I had to choose one, Geelong, I think just even I just don't panic. Brisbane don't panic either, but I think the level heads on Geelong. Stewart out hurts a little bit, but even like they didn't panic when Stewart got concussed in the first quarter and they're down by 4 goals. The level heads, the experience. I just think they're just too experienced and know what's going on. But yeah, it's going to be a great game. I actually was hoping for this game, Geelong Brisbane. I thought these two teams probably deserved it, and yeah, obviously I've been beaten by Geelong and Brisbane in the grand final, so they've already got a flag, so it doesn't really worry me if one of them gets another one.
Yeah, it was a pretty sick weekend like that as a Swans fan. Like, you just hate Collingwood. But then there's other 3 clubs that have beaten us, and I don't like any of them. But I was very happy with the results, leading
Yeah.
right out of Hawthorn.
Who have you got?
I don't know. I think Geelong are unders, but they deserve to be favourites. I think that the closer the game is, the better Brisbane will be. I think that Geelong kind of downhill ski a bit and have like had the softer run. Like I think Brisbane's hopes to make it like really intense and tight. Like Geelong were always winning on the other night, and they rolled over Brisbane. Like if it's on, there's players there that you don't know what they'll do under that extreme pressure. Whereas Brisbane have delivered under that pressure. Like they were, for all intensive, like there'd be narrative in that club how good they were when they lost the grand final. You know, like they've gone to the biggest stage last 2 years, pumped you guys, and very unlucky to not win the other time. You know, I think if it's on and really pressurised for 4 quarters, they're right in it. And like I'd back them if it's square it or near each other at 3/4 time, half time. I love Brisbane.
Yeah. Who do you got for the Norm Smith?
Hugh McCluggage.
Cluggage.
Or that other like really fast guy that just kept getting loose.
Wilmot or something?
Nah, he's a free agent
Ashcroft?
soon. Nah.
Oh, Bailey.
Mm.
Zach Bailey.
Do you reckon he benefits from not being like the others? He's just the one that gets let out the back sort of thing?
Yeah, I think the more of those players you have with the Rainers and things like that can go mid forward, the better because of that reason. I think
His
obviously
game
Charlie
was great,
Cameron.
Rayner.
Yeah, Rayner. They've just got players everywhere. Like they're just guns all over the park. But yeah, I do think Bailey's an absolute star. But yeah, it's mine Geelong and Baz Smith for the Norm. If I had to tip,
He's just like got his own like ball, his own tank.
yeah,
He's just so fit.
I think Paddy Dangerfield's he's going to have Starshevich, I'd assume, on him, who's very very good. I think Elliot did kick 4 on Starshevich, but
Oh, did you see
I
Big
think
Starcevich punch the seat on the bench?
really.
Oh,
Uh,
he hit it hard. He hit it very hard.
yeah, I think yeah, Starshevich is a good matchup for Danger, as in they're sort of both sort of big thickies, quick, powerful. But then Danger can go in the midfield, so that's where Danger is going to be able to get him when he goes in the midfield and explodes from there. So I expect Danger to play more midfield if Starshevich is getting on top of him.
Poor old Starcevich, he would have been just like so good like 30 years ago.
Oh yeah, he's
Imagine
still
if he could
good.
chop the arms. Like,
Oh,
yeah, I've got a bit of general soreness, coach. All right, that's the AFL. That's prelims, granny, trades, Tom's rehab, Dangerfield, the works. Any interest in the Brownlow tonight? Do you watch?
yeah, I watched the end of
Who do
it.
you
I
like?
think what is it now? I'd be surprised if Dacos didn't win it, but I thought Anderson would be a good chance as well. But yeah, I'd be surprised if Dacos did win it. But it's yeah, it's up in the air. Anderson. What is it? Dacos, Anderson. Um, maybe Dorso could come in there. But yeah, it should be a good count. Dacos is probably going to win 4 of them, so see what happens.
There it is. That's the AFL. NRL on the weekend. Perhaps poor old Canberra, the milk. Feel sorry for them. And I can't believe they lost to the Sharks at home, but they did. The Sharks now rolled the Roosters at home. Full credit to them. Didn't see that coming. Then they went down and beat Canberra and smashed them. Great kicking game. Just all-round footy. I don't know if you probably didn't watch it, but they fucking absorbed so much pressure early. It was all the milk early. Now, after those 2 great wins, the Sharkies have got to go down the Hume, take on Bellamy and the Storm. Good luck to them. I've seen some great stuff on socials, but I assume the Storm are very short price favourites. Bit of a rivalry between the Sharkies and the Storm. And then the Panthers have just, like, they've Paddy Dangerfield, Chris Wallard this season, like, as well as I've ever seen in my life. They have tapered and tanked their way into the 8. They pumped the Warriors away as, like, massive favourites week 1. The Bulldogs were on top of the ladder, I reckon, for, like, 7 weeks ago.
Yeah,
It was like boys against men. They annihilated them.
yeah. It's do feel sorry for the Milk. Like they've actually won the game the other week, and then it got taken off them, and then
Whoa.
so like that has to put a dagger in the heart, and obviously did. Yeah, and Panthers just like you said, Waller sort of set up really. What's his name? What's the coach's name? Ivan.
Cleary.
Ivan.
Ivan Cleary.
Ivan Cleary. Resting them the 2 weeks before the last game is sort of looks absolutely genius now. But yeah, I'd expect Panthers to win and Storm to play off in the grand final.
Yeah, so the Panthers go up and take on Madge Maguire and the Broncos. Yeah, but Shad Cup. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Panthers are favourites. That's how good they are.
Broncos, a few injuries. They got Paddy Carrigan, Walters out.
Is Carrigan out?
Carrigan's out. I heard on the radio today. We're not sure what for, but yeah.
God.
Panthers could be like this. Could be the best thing ever in sporting world. 5 premierships in a row. Like it has to be world
Especially
renowned.
if you like watch a bit of it, they literally beat yesterday. They beat their like assistant coach, like their old centres. Like half
Yeah,
the Bulldogs played for him. Big thick
yeah,
here, Villa Army. Like they're all from. They're literally
yeah.
taking their premiership side and just pilgering it. We'll have him, and they just keep coming.
It's amazing.
Oh,
That's what we're talking about today as well. They lose their best players and then still able to just rock up each year. It's
it'll
amazing.
never happen
But
in the
obviously,
AFL.
nah, never, ever, ever. I don't think it. Well, it's never happened in Has any team won 4 in a row in the world?
Not in the modern era. Like I think there was some big, the Patriots are really good in the NFL, but I don't think they were this strong.
Yeah, yeah, it's amazing.
It's scary.
And then they were on the bottom of the ladder halfway through the year.
Yeah, but like, I wouldn't be surprised if one time you see a documentary or they write a book or something about how, they staggered their training, so they essentially started their preseason in, February instead of November. You know what I mean? Because they'd been up for so
Yeah,
long.
for
Because
sure.
they've been playing until the start of October for the last 6
Yeah.
years. Because before they won it, they lost the grand final
Mm. It's amazing.
to the Storm, I think. Eyes on Ponies, brought to you by CTW Excavations. They will go where the big boys won't. You know that. We've told you that. Find them on Instagram. Get in touch. Great chat. Good job. Find them. Get involved. Randwick, Caulfield, proper racing. It's really easy to rip into the form. It's actually easy even for the Pap Dog to fucking rip into a review or two because the horses are that good and the racing's getting that hot. Shall we start, Tom, at Royal Randwick, where the rail was out 7 early, 4 metres the last bit. Tricky stuff there from PVL. Track was a good 4. How'd it race? And were you happy with the track?
Yeah, I thought it played sort of when you think the rails 7 meters out, played pretty fair. I didn't think your 6 of 10 was rails in run. In the straight, sort of 3 to 8, most winners come from there. Sort of slight advantage. You sort of didn't want to be circling them at the corner. You wanted to sort of stay in between, sort of from the 600 to sort of the 500, sort of not too wider than sort of lanes 3 or 4. I think you sort of look at, I know it's 1100-meter run, but Joliestar was obviously very impressive. It's a very different race to your sort of 14 and 1600 meters, but that was obviously 4 or 5 wide at the corner and brained them. But yeah, I thought played pretty well and sort of obviously didn't want to be too far back because then you'd have to circle them. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty good day of racing and some good winners.
Let's start with the shorts, which is 1100 metre Group 2, $1 million race. Massive prize money for an average field, but a huge number by Joliestar. It beats Briasa. I watched this race pretty closely because you were on Ostraka. It loomed. Looked like it was going to... This race dead set changed complexion like 4 times in the straight, don't you think? You were trucking up a little bit. Then Briasa was like home, and then out of the clouds, this thing came, and then before you knew it, it was winning by a mile.
Yeah, bit of a Hail Mary on a striker.
Well,
But
it loomed to win. I love the bet.
yeah. And then yeah, I was doing it before. I'm thinking, like honestly, I had Jolly Staff. Like if I wouldn't lay it because it's Waller, but and it's 550. But like I had Jolly Star a lot higher than that price. Like barrier 8. grand final Everest, and then comes out and does that. Like, what else does she have left? Like, she's obviously got a little bit left. Like, Eric Waller's not going to wind her up for a Group Two shorts when she's got an Everest when he's got an Everest in mind. So, um, yeah, very interesting to see what else she's got left. Absolutely savaged the line, and yeah, very impressive. I think it's going to be interesting to see what J.Mac chooses, Joliestar or Lady Shenandoah. I think he'll choose Shenandoah over Joliestar, and Kieran McAvoy may get the Joliestar right. I don't know,
Down there.
but yeah, yeah, it's going to be interesting. And Joliestar was incredible. I couldn't believe it when she just circled him.
It's almost like you'd
Private Harry,
rather not pick, eh? Like, oh, I'm happy.
yeah.
Yeah, you go, sort of thing.
Um, yeah, it's like what way do you sort of just let someone else choose for you. Um, you want the second pick, really, don't you?
Well, you
But
just don't want the
Private
pressure of
Harry,
getting this wrong because, like Jolly Star from the 800 to the 600, 10.52, 11.04, 10.60, 11.12. Horses can't go much faster than that.
mm,
First up, Waller.
yeah, it was bloody, very, very nice. Private Harry's the interesting one. Look, this horse has only had sort of 6 runs in his career. Nothing's really ever gone wrong. He's obviously the first time he's ever lost. So at the very start, you see he slightly misses it, and then a horse comes across him, and he gets sort of, I don't know, knocked a bit, and then Ashley Morgan sort of puts him into the race a bit, and he sort of just never travelled. Um, like you've got to trust the SP a little bit. Obviously, he hasn't gone that well, but um, first time sort of something's sort of gone wrong in a race for him, and he didn't really know what to do. I thought, and thought you could half forgive, but you did want him to see it go a lot better. Like if he turns the tables, I'd be very, very surprised. But I thought you could half forgive Private Harry because of the start, and I think he sort of got scared and spooked at the start, and maybe didn't want to sort of race after the start. So very poor effort from Private Harry, but sort of half excuse at the start. Brias has sort of had every possibility, and
What?
there you go.
What? I think this is where you can get like we talk about this a lot, you and I. What has this horse done? When you look at its numbers, what price did you have it on Saturday?
I reckon I had around 270, around that, 250, 270.
So like
Or is
it
yeah,
like
270.
compare it to like a proper Group 1 horse. It's not got the same numbers to its name. You know?
Yeah, like his peak, he's top. He's only really probably that Galaxy and so the last 2 runs, um, or probably really the only Galaxies that these are the huge big number really.
Yeah, but like he beat fucking Front Page, and
Yeah,
the
and then
numbers
the other ones
plain, but
have
because it's a Group 1, it gets
yeah
like
pumps up. Yeah,
on some scales it gets a really big number, a big rating. But like
yeah,
if you look up that day, it's probably Custard too.
mm. And it got every possibility that was start
Like
before.
I'm saying, there's a genuine chance that this horse goes pop properly. Pop.
And who they're pretty vocal on the Twitter. The colours. What are they? Where are they from? The old. Have you seen them on Twitter?
Nah,
Oh, they've had a
Yulong
stinker
owns it,
that
don't
say,
they? I thought Yulong owned the horse.
yeah, but the farm. Where is it from? That farm? I
Corinda.
don't know. Yeah, they're pumping up on socials and stuff and saying that he'll give Keegan Rising Winburn and all this shit, and then it's absolutely flopped.
Look,
So
if he backs up the number that he ran in the one race, then he'll go close to beating anything in the world. But what he did there, like on Saturday, was go to like about where he's always gone to. Other than that, you know,
yeah,
like he's probably gone a length worse than his Newcastle or Hawkesbury runs. You know,
mm.
about
But
about
you
bang,
all,
about bang on to the Rose Hill one. So like he went about say 2 lengths better at Rose Hill over 1200 third up before he went to the Sunny Coast, and you're saying there's genuine excuses. So bonus him a couple of lengths. He's about there.
yeah. The other thing I was thinking was that the horse has only had 5 starts. He's spelling. You think he's going to come on again since his 6th start? Look at Joliestar. Joliestar's had 15 starts. Like he has upside. That's the other thing that was sort of I reckon put into his price why he's a bit lower as well.
Was he firm?
He's jumped 215. Like he 215. stayed that price.
Yeah,
I think it was about that price all day.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, I couldn't back him in an Everest, no way. But be interesting to see what happens next start. It'd be interesting to see what they actually do with him. Like, do they run him again, or do they just freshen him up and I don't know, get him a little tick over trial or get
I've
him
got an
happy?
angle
Because what
for
if
you.
you go?
I've got an angle for you for the Everest. You find the best wetty, the best elite
Mm,
wetty, have a futures bet at it, and pray to God. It'll probably, because we have the bet, it'll probably not rain for a month. But I think that's the only way Kayin gets beat.
yeah, that's what I
Like
said.
a wet track here is not a wet track in Hong Kong.
That. And then I said it a few weeks ago. I said, I want a wet track on Everest Day because Get It Fix is running the Silver Eagle same day.
Is he?
Yeah, that's what I said. I said it on the Sydney set. I said, what's your big I don't know, what do you call it? Like big call for the spring. I said, Kaying Rising to flop on a heavy track and Get It Fix to win the Silver Eagle same day. Hope it happens. It'll be cold. But that's the only way it gets beat, doesn't it? You think?
I think like it's pretty bomb proof. I love the way it races. That's the thing I love the most.
And you also think back to like the absolute weapons, like the superstars. It doesn't really matter what you know what I mean. Like you look at like Winks, Black Caviar, um,
Mm,
like
yeah.
like would you put him in? You really have to put him in. I don't know if you do
I
or not,
don't.
but
I can't because I don't do it close enough over there. But
yeah, exactly, yeah.
she, his SPs over there tell me that he's a freak. Outside of the narrative stuff, you know,
Mm.
like I think he's. I can't remember what I watched his last run. It was like a fucking barrow trial, and he like like when we might have a bet like on Wednesday at Sandown, and you just hope that they like click up a bit and they make some ground on the corner before they like rip into them,
Uh,
and you go, "Oh, we've got some
yeah,
pony." He literally just went like, and he just
it's
it's fucking good
ridiculous.
horses, you know. Like
Yeah.
I love that Waller's got some of these sort of mares that even though Joliestar's 5, she's still like you don't know where she's at. You know, you don't know what her ceiling is completely.
Mm.
Lady Shenandoah. I love that there's some good horses and they're in big stables, like that they can sort of get there and spike. Um, I like some of the younger horses that Dolphin have moved around as example. Like they might flare up and go there. I hope that Angel Capital doesn't go to the Everest. Have you heard that it is or it isn't?
No, I've got no idea. I haven't heard that. I did hear some murmurs today potentially, but that's all I've heard.
Yeah, I think it wants a mile that horse. Anyway, um, that was Jolly
But
Star. We've done Kai Ying. We've done
we
everything.
go Fangirl race 8, the 7 stakes.
How good's that Group 1 weight for age Victorian form? Hey, just keep standing up. Just
Yeah,
keep
look,
standing up.
oh, it makes me sick. But um, Fangirl finding the fence has won her the race. Doesn't if J.Mac doesn't find the fence, he doesn't get the bob and has to go sort of 3 wide at the turn. Gets the inside and then cuts the corner a bit. And gets the bob on Lindemann made me sick. I thought
Yeah, for
he
context,
had it.
guys, and just for a bit of respect, one of the great bets all time, like proper flary stuff too from our man T Paps, who put in another really nice set there at Saturday. Found Lindemann last start at massive odds. No one found him. Then the next start, if he asked me, I'd sort of say, job done. But he said no. And he went again, Lindemann, and it was courageous. Full crowd to Nash. Doesn't he make you feel good? Like the way
Oh,
he rides
I,
him, that kick he gives him. Oh, God, I rode this hard. I thought we got the
oh,
job done.
yeah. And the fact, like the punters or the Crow family will know that I bet a bit the place, but because Lindemann sort of dropped down to below that sort of $1.70, $1.80, I didn't bet the place, and of course his place. So
That's right. I found it
um,
fucking confusing as on Saturday. The winner, you backed the place, and then this thing, you didn't back the place. Is that right?
yeah, because it was like
Yeah.
below. Well, I actually had
What's your
like
rule? What's your rule there? Are you looking at, is it $1.90 you need or something?
yeah, $1.90 plus, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Um,
I was wondering about
but
it.
yeah, oh, Lindemann. I reckon Lindemann's one of my favourite horses. I've actually won a bit off him. Like not much to win. Like obviously a
Mm,
little bit to win, but more the place.
mm.
But Fangirl was very good. Wolf couldn't like
What's going on with J
Yeah.
Wolf?
It bled in the nose, bled
Did
from
it?
one nostril. Yeah, but
Oh,
like
that's
I couldn't
good.
back the horse.
It could
Like
well
I don't
improve
know. I
next
just
start though.
yeah, I know that's the thing. Yeah,
Be careful of it
but
next time.
I just yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what sort of price, but that bleed, and then sometimes they come back and go whack. Private
Because they
Eye
might
was
have
just
the bleed might have shown an issue that they didn't know was there. Now they learn about the issue and they can treat the issue. So it's like you as a footballer. Once they figure out how to help you, they can help you
yeah. But yeah,
legally.
geez, yeah, it was very, very, very good win from
Really nice
Fangirl. I
bet from
actually
you, Husk. Perhaps was that just right
Husk.
place, right time, job done, no more Husk, or was that
Yeah, I
we're
think
going to
so.
follow it because it's a great bet.
Yeah, no, I think right place, right time. The reason I bet them all place, it's had 12 starts, 2 wins, and sort of just always lost. I don't know, it just kept placing and placing them, which sort of didn't really want to find the line. Actually, it was good that Sheila sort of went outside leader and got to the front because I thought every time it sort of was placing, it was sort of just sort of getting there and
Mm.
missing by a head or so. So the fact that he
Yeah.
went outside leader was good, and got the job done. That was
Pretty
nice.
tough win then if you're giving it the rap you're giving it mentally because it was there to be beat for a fair while.
Yeah, yeah, it was good. I was happy. I this deck was absolutely smacked in betting. I was very worried that, but I give myself a pat on the back there. I thought it might have been a bit too far back. Sort of snuck up the rail and sort of half got held up in the corner and then found the line, but still had a chance to win. Now the horse
Mm.
that look at these sectional tickets. Yes, the race has gone very very slow. Idle Flyer.
Mm. I was
This
going to
horse
ask
could
you
be.
what are you saying here?
It's gone like slow as, but I think this has got a bit of upside. This horse, I think it could win. Not I don't know, a Group One, but definitely a Group race. I reckon.
It's
Um,
coming out of a benchmark 78.
yeah, I reckon it can. If you watch it,
I
like,
watched it. I watched it closely. I roared it for you. I was on this horse.
yeah, it like, it wins very soft. Yeah,
I
it went
find
very slow. I don't
these
know.
horses, Tommy, hard to like it's one thing to talk about it, but it's just like what we're going to do with it next time. So like what price are they going to give us to find out next
Yeah,
time? And then you're going to have in the back of your mind, it was so good, but it was off no tempo. So it's done the 12
that's the
2
thing. Yeah,
4, 12 2, 11 7 6, 10 8 at 4, 10 8 4, back to back 10 8 4s, as fast as they go, like as
that's half.
fast as the
That's
horse
half
goes.
hard up as well.
I'd rather see this horse go right up in grade, so I get a nice like
Mm,
$8, $10 to find out. If I
yeah.
owned it, it would just go up gently in grade, and I'd earn all the prize
Mm,
money I could. That if they go that way, you're going to be looking at like $2, $3, and I think I probably want to just watch it. What about you?
yeah, yeah. I agree. That is that the very slow tempo is a little bit concerning, but I don't know what well, if you go 14 to 16 or keep it 14 off that very very like
What
slow
stage of
tempo. I don't
Fangirl?
know if it was second up with a tick over in between. So
Oh, a little cheeky tick over.
mm,
Matthew Smith with the done deal, man.
yeah,
Well, they're going to think it wants
um,
ground because by done deal.
yeah.
It's out of a
So I
mare
go
called
16.
Progressive, and it is progressive. Look at that.
It's
I think you probably want to fish a 100-metre race at Rose Hill, meet in the middle sort of stuff, you know?
yeah that race in the Group One, the Shenandoah. It actually come home faster than Shenandoah that day. Yes, it was way back in the field, but
Mm.
it ran the fastest 2 and 1 of the race or so, 4 and 2 of the race or something. So it's got speed. But yeah, I reckon this horse could get a listed sort of group. I reckon it'll win a group race. Well, there you go.
Yeah, yeah,
Group 2 or 3.
yep. And it'll probably be a man's one when
Um,
it does it.
yeah. Go to the race 6, race 4, or
The
race 5.
T.
Warband. It was
Oh,
pretty. I don't,
what are we doing here? Is this? Does this not just epitomise filthy stayers numbers? Like
which were the race 5? Yeah,
just
the
all of it.
fast
Like
as.
fucking take it. Like they're just turn takers. It's a great number, Birdman. You're going great. Well done, Adelaide River. Really nice run. I'd rather just have like tiny bets at massive prices in these races until the cups come around, and I'll probably do the same thing in the cups.
Yeah, that's what I said to myself as well. And looking at Vauban, like was huge, good as first up run, and then scoring like I looked at the stewards. Nothing really went wrong. Didn't clip heels or anything, according to the stewards. But yeah, I reckon off a big first up run,
It
potentially
changes
that.
action bad, this horse. This is the one I talked to you about, isn't it? It changed
But
its action.
I don't know.
It either hit something or felt something, and it changed its action. It's gone to about its level, though, Tom. Look at it.
Yeah, in that very, very fast tempo, might not have liked that as well, potentially.
Yeah, but it should want it. It's ran a Melbourne Cup.
Mm,
It's trained by Gay. It's not going to be unfit.
yeah.
I think it's real wobbly versus the prices they give you. Full credit to Birdman. It's a big fat number. Arapaho and Bjorn just keep doing Bjorn. Like, that horse is the run that's interesting to me out of these horses, because it's probably a decent enough price next time. And if you get some rain, loves it.
Mm, yeah, it does, doesn't it? Alamaz was sort of loomed at the 300, then ran out of fitness first up, I thought.
Yep.
So keep an eye on that horse. Will improve a lot second up, I reckon.
Yeah,
J-Mac,
okay.
J-Mac, J-Mac for Gay first up was pretty interesting.
Very.
I thought as well. So yeah, I reckon that can improve second up for sure. If you watch it sort of stops at the 300 and goes backwards. But yeah, didn't know what to do with the race. Race 6 was shocking by the
By the
numbers.
numbers, yeah, it was a nice win.
Good. The only horse Apocalyptics, $2 or something for the
Oh, yuck.
uh, yeah, for the what's the name, like it's three wide no cover was good win, but I don't know how the others are going to beat it. Um, Hoping Karinska, while the grand final day just goes whack, but on the numbers it's not very good. Potentially within the law draws a gate and can land closer. It's had some wide draws.
Big, thick
That's
as
the
well,
only
that
sort.
horse.
Yeah. That's sort of the only potential way I can see they beat that apocalyptic. Draws a wide gate within the law, potentially draws a decent gate, but yeah, I don't know how they'll beat it.
Apocalyptic
But
might be a bit more vulnerable in a more honest race, genuine run race, maybe.
yeah, well that yeah.
But again, they probably all will be here.
Mm.
I'd love to be on something coming from a different form line.
Yeah, you look. I'll show that's what I was looking at, and there's potentially back something from Melbourne, but I don't know what. Like you wouldn't know what's coming up.
Which race is it?
The flight stakes. They're all pretty much all out of the same race. So you got Apocalyptic, $2. Queen of Clubs was pretty good back to the inside. 1,600 meters, that suits that horse. Within the law, $7. Chupacabra 8. Artistic Venture 13. Karinska 13. Magenta Skies coming from a maiden wants probably further potentially. Alpha Sophie, that's a Melbourne horse,
Yeah. What else
is
from
it? I
Melbourne?
reckon.
Yeah, it is.
Custom. No, LA Dancer. I don't know, but
All I
the only
dance is
sort of ones.
Victorian.
But yeah, well, we probably won't be betting in the race, I'd say.
Yeah, but like the 3-year-old fillies down here went grouse. That was 3-year-old fillies, isn't it?
Yeah, the Sydney
The
three-year-old
3-year-old
fillies are
the 3-year-old fillies down
average.
here was a race where some of your victim mates couldn't help themselves but just fall into the market mover again, and they paid the price as the rest was back yum. And got the job
Yeah.
done. That race rated really strong. Really strong.
Really, could,
Oh, the
like
big young dog's done a 9.2 raw. 9.2.
really. Well, we
3.3 to the 6, 5.9 home, baby.
that's nice. The
Very
only
nice.
we got the Golden Rose this week. The fillies are tempted, obviously, and Skyhook. That's the other 3-year-old fillies up here.
Tempted's pretty good, I think.
Yeah, bloody hell. So I think Tempted wins. But I don't know. They reckon Tempted could potentially go to the Everest.
Well,
Fresh enough for
Joliestar
Golden
training,
Rose.
so who knows?
Mm. Anyway, that's the Sydney races. Not much from race Bill Ritchie. We did 8 and 9, so that'll do. Caulfield.
Righto, we head to Caulfield. The rail's out 6. Track race reasonably okay for Caulfield, I thought. Got pretty firm with the winds and the conditions that they were dealt earlier in the week, like towards the back of the week, I guess. Some proper racing. How good are Group 1 handicaps, honestly? Like, if you love doing form, they're just the best, I think. The lightweights fought it out. It will start with that race. It's the Sir Rupert Clarke Stakes. It's race 8. It's a 400-metre Group 1 handicap for $1 million. And Craig Williams, horse knuckled at the start. It began right next to Angel Capital, and he said, no, fuck you. I'm on here, and I'm going to roll the dice. And he did, and he got in off the fence, one off, outside the leader. Proper, brutal tempo. 14 lengths above the all-average to the 600. Still beat the all-average home. An enormous number from CPLs. Full credit to Cliffy Brown. Full credit Craig Williams. Like, a great ride. He's right on Sir Dalius, like, won it the race. Just we'll get to that in a bit. But, like, God, he was good on Saturday. The prize money comes and the big boys just start swinging down here in Melbourne. They really do. And, yeah, great race. Great result for CPLs. Huge number. Thoughts with the connections at Shorten Lane that we actually backed and went amiss and had to be put down, unfortunately. Luckily, Celine Gaudray, as tough as they come, and bounced up and got on with it. She's okay. I thought that Miss Rambini was enormous again. That's 2 massive runs this prep. The chink with a couple of these pappies is that they're going to go from carrying no weight to probably carrying 57 or something next time they go to the races. But Miss Rambini's absolutely airborne. For Roche, for Kangar, the Fly, Dom Sutton, it was enormous. It carried weight and big number. So interesting this horse, Ray. So Sapel started favourite at the Australian Guineas versus Feroce. Feroce won. They carried 57 each that day. Then in this race, because Feroce won, he carries 57 or 6 or whatever, and he gets 52, the winner. It went grouse. Pinstripe bounced back, was really good. It's going to win something, I reckon, at a price this spring. Just keep an eye on it. D-Lane had a shocker. They do. He's just a human. He made a few errors, and it probably cost Angel Capital the race. That horse is significantly, elite. I think Angel Capital might be like a weight for age superstar in the making. What it did at Moonee Valley was enormous. What it tried to do here was big. It was still maybe perhaps the second fastest last 200 metres of the day off a fucking brutal tempo, held up deluxe.
Jesus.
It's unbelievable what it did. Truly fucking unbelievable. Rumbini was the second fastest last 200 metres of the day. Covered ground, massive runs. I think literally every horse outside of Port Lockroy, another will have got some juice to them. Zarastro, the track was too firm. Forgive it. Get away from Caulfield. Never run at Caulfield again, Tony. Is it me? Too firm? Dan Bowman will get this thing to Flemington. Remember this when I tell you this, guys. Listen. 1,400 metre race, Cup Week, Flemington, somewhere. This horse will run huge, big run. And it's run 10th or something here. Arkansas Kid just doesn't want 1,400 at this tempo. It's fucking flying, and it ran 9th or something. This race will stand up. Really, really nice horses in this race. Here to Shock was really good for a horse beating a long way. Damask Rose flying. But Angel Capital, I reckon, is like the next coming of Animo.
Wow.
Big horse. Right yard. The Underwood Stakes was one of the sickest beats I've ever had in my life. And then to watch the data roll through, it makes zero sense to me. I thought this race would have rated through the roof tempo-wise, and it hasn't. First thing to say, Blake Shin's ride on Buckaroo is tactical genius, as good as his ride was on Antino in the Toorak.
That reminded me of that, didn't it?
Built, genius. The horse second up just gave up on him at the death, and didn't give up on him by much, and it had a fucking champion inside of it that just fought back twice, not once, twice, to jam Buckaroo and jam me and everyone else right in the Joliestar. God, fuck, it hurt. It really hurt. They just don't lose. particularly like you have sick beats on a Wednesday at Sandown, sometimes like that. You never ever have them at like a weight for age group 1.
Yeah.
Because they're weight for age group 1 horses. They go on with the job. Fucking crook. Really hurt.
It was
Land Legend, the obvious horse to follow.
Buckaroo more stopped rather than did Sir Delius picking up.
Well, there's a few things in the sectionals that interest me. So, Buckaroo's the 13th fastest last 600 metres of the day. Sir Delius is the 28th. Sir Delius is the 20th fastest last 100. Buckaroo's the 59th. So he just punctured versus the day, versus the race.
Yeah.
But the ride was that good. Golden Path on the day, I thought, holy shit, like what a run to sustain that pressure. Wasn't as good as it looked. Land Legends ticked over beautifully, but everyone's seen it. There's no value on that horse moving forward. None at all. The value out of this race is, I think, in 3 horses. They are Zardozi, who's still paraded with good condition, just a bit flat second up, did enough, watch wherever it goes, loves giving the ground, track 2 firm. Casino 17 was enormous. This horse will drop way out of this grade and find something softer and win something good. And Middle Earth, just second up, firm ground, European horse, good 3, just like another Baratrol, like a Waller Mar sort of setup, you know? There's horses throughout the day that ran way down the track that are really relevant to the punter moving forward as the big races come around. Outside of that, what else do you want to talk about, Caulfield?
Any black bookers to follow from throughout the day?
Well, I think Casino 17 somewhere can win us something good. Well, actually, I got a sneaky one. I got a real sneaky one, actually. Out of the Naturalism, which was race 9, traditional cups lead up. We've been speaking about him a little bit through the show. Uncle Chris Waller. Have a look at this horse, Asterix. It's been beat 8.1 lengths. It's 200 to 1 in the Caulfield Cup market. It needs to do something to get into the race.
It ran it.
It was just a little like fucking out the back, hit the line. 11.40 from the 8 to the 6. 11.26, 11.54, 11.6 home. Just humming for Uncle Chris. I had to dig a little bit deeper because everyone's trying to review them and do a bit of content, and they're getting most of the obvious ones, the land legends of the world. There's value to be had in Asterix. I don't know where Uncle Chris takes it. I'm assuming it's a Caulfield Cup horse, but he'll have to get it in. You want it. This is where you actually need, I think, to listen to all the content that's out there and find someone who's sick enough and bored enough to find out like what it needs to win to get to where it wants to go, and then maybe invest some cash. Asterix.
Did the same thing first up. I remember it. I didn't ever note on it though. I reckon it was miles back first up at Sydney, 1,500 metres.
It went real nice, like real nice. Half yours. Disgusting, gross unders in the Caulfield Cup market. My black booker is like to get it out of your black book. I think it's $5, Peter said.
Really?
That's disgusting.
Had every single possible, didn't it? Birthday?
Look, completely blessed. Greatest ride all time, J. Carr. Full credit to her. Didn't carry weight. No, yuck.
Yeah, this price. Asterix has gone out to 3,200 before in New Zealand.
Yeah, I'd say it's going to the Melbourne Cup via the Caulfield Cup or something like that. But it's got to get into these races, I think. So it probably goes to like a Turnbull or some race at Flemington in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whenever it is. And that's its next stop.
Yeah. Nice.
There you go.
Anything else? It's nice. It's a big episode. Good app.
Yeah, massive monster episode. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. Yeah. Hey, that's been the Early Crow episode. We don't know, but we've enjoyed it. Hope you have too. Gamble responsibly. Chance of an earlier preview show this week. Don't know what Paps is doing Wednesday night, but our man Farjack wants to keep the tradition going. He's got a big fight this weekend in Perth.
Oh,
And he
on the
wants to do the
Sunday.
mailbag. He wants to do the mailbag preview show Wednesday night
Really?
for like the Valley's rocking Friday night with the grand final eve meeting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to try and make it happen. I don't know who will join us all, but that's the next time we'll be doing some type of content. Don't forget, Eyes on Ponies again. Saturday morning. We got robbed there on Saturday. Like, it was disgusting what happened to us. We didn't talk about this, but my multi was one of the sickest beats of all time. Buckaroo, Angel Capital, Gilded Water. We missed the place all up with Angel Capital. The next Animo. Angel Capital was also a place.
And you had
in our
3
bottom
units
multi.
on Buckaroo at like $5 Betfair.
Yep. Sick.
And 1.25 on Lindemann would have been about 6s.
Yeah, and we had 1 unit on Yum, which when I put the thing on the slide was like $44.
Yeah. We still would have won, surely.
Yeah, but like it could have been Christmas.
Yeah.
Anyway, it might be next Saturday, guys. So make sure you follow us across the socials and find out. Plenty of action across the weekend, and including on Sundays. But you won't catch Paps's NFL stuff because he's throwing the toys out of the cot. I think the next favourite to go is probably. Would you say Punts or the Crust?
Macaroni.
Yeah, the Crust.
He'll start losing.
Next. He's already started losing. It's not good. It's real bad. The only one going worse is Matty Punts. We're thinking of you, Matthew, and hope you're doing better than you were this morning. Hope you enjoyed the show. Gamble responsibly. 1-800-558-558 or visit the website. Bye for now.
Bye for now. Nice work.
You